Hi, welcome once again to Backstage at the Upper Room. I'm Ron Strand, and tonight we are with legendary Leon Patillo.
Ah, you said my name correct.
Well,
That's
I got
cool.
it right. Well, that
Yeah.
was one of the questions that I wanted to ask you.
Oh,
Leon.
really?
Because I've always wondered, why is it not Patillo? Is it
It's
Spanish?
Italiano.
It's Italian.
Yeah, pop.
You look very Italian.
Yeah, no, Sammy Davis, he's Jewish. I'm
Yeah,
Italian.
that's it.
But yeah, it's like most of my family line is from Sicily. Of course, they don't want to be known as Italians. They want to be known as Sicilians.
That's right.
And so I haven't had a chance. I've only been Milan. I've been to Rome, but I
Yeah.
haven't had a chance to go that far south.
No kidding.
So yeah, but my dad died when he was 47,
Is
and
that right?
yeah, from the military. So didn't get as much history as I wanted.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
we
gotta
got-
go search it out.
We've got something in common because I've got Sicilian roots too. My mother's,
really?
my grandfather and grandmother, maternal grandmother and grandfather, both from Sicily.
Oh, wow.
And we did get to go to Sicily a few years ago.
That's
Couldn't
nice,
find the
man.
roots, but
Yeah.
the people from Sicily, you never know where they're.
I know.
what they
That's
were
true.
up to, but-
yeah, if you want to even hook up with someone.
Yeah,
I
well,
got you.
That's interesting. Well, I'm glad we got that. So it's Patillo.
It's Patillo.
It's Patillo.
Yeah, that's
Great.
good. Yeah, man.
Well, I've been following you since I saw you come onto the stage in the '70s, back with Maranatha Music and
Wow.
back at Calvary Chapel, and
Yeah.
you've been going at it ever since.
Man, I think once I left the group, the Santana group, I really made this my life mission, and it was really no joke. And it wasn't no, you see drums behind us now? There was no drums in the
Really?
church at the time
Oh,
I
that's
came
true,
through.
yeah.
And or electric guitars. So all this is we kind of formulated as we went.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of young people that would come,
Yeah.
to the concerts and stuff. So I really enjoyed that part of it. But
Yeah.
now everybody is enjoying,
Right.
the style of music. So it's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to know: is your transition from being with Santana. Were you a believer during that time, or did you find faith after that?
Yeah, I did. I happened to be dating a girl in San Francisco. Her brother was a Christian, so every time I come to the house to see her, here come the brother.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, he was like on me all the time.
Yeah.
I don't care how I came to the front door, back door, it doesn't matter. He's like the butler. So he was just, from the moment I said hello, there he was. I said, well, where's your sister, man? That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And then I started beeping the horn outside. I thought, very unclassy.
You were avoiding him, huh?
Yeah, I tried to avoid him. But he finally got me into a Bible study, and at that Bible study, that's when it took about a year. But
Yeah.
I got to that Bible study, man, they just worked me. They worked me at that
Did they
Bible
really?
study. Ooh, baby. I mean, I knew I was off base. And we got back to his driveway, and that's where it happened, right
Is that
there
right?
in my car, sitting right in front of his house.
No kidding.
Yeah, he popped a question. He said, man, well, how'd you like to be saved? I said, man, I'd probably mess up the whole kingdom. He said, no, you won't. He
Yeah,
said, just pray
mess
with
up
me, you
the whole
see.
kingdom.
And it really did change
Yeah.
everything. That one prayer changed
Yeah.
everything. So I went back to the Santana group, and just, you know how it is when you first get saved. I
Oh,
had
yeah.
my sword out. I was
Sure.
cutting off heads, man. I was, get saved, you got to, I had to go get Benny Hinn to put the heads back.
Get Benny Hill.
I had to cut all of it. I mean, I've matured since those days, but
Yeah, sure.
at first I just was going buck wild.
Well, we
you
were
know,
all
with
pretty
that.
zealous back
Yeah,
then.
yeah. So that was the beginning.
So how did you tell Carlos Santana you got saved and you're leaving the group?
Well, I actually, the thing about it, I got him saying, well,
Oh, you
actually,
did?
not me, but yeah, we were playing in his tennis court. We were both living in Santa Cruz at the time.
Yeah.
And I just felt, man, I should let him win this time.
Yeah.
And I let him win the tennis game because I knew I wanted to hit him up about the Lord, and
Yeah.
I couldn't do that if he's all mad
Yeah.
at me. So anyway, I told him, I said,
So you
I
took the fall.
explained to him what happened to me, how I
right.
got saved, and he said, well, I want that.
No kidding.
Yeah, so I called a brother at a church down there in Santa Cruz, and told him Carlos wanted to get saved.
Yeah.
So he said, fine. He said, can you bring him Sunday? I said, yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
So I brought him to Assembly of God Church in Santa Cruz, and Carlos so it was easier for me
Yeah.
then to leave because he knew that I had a mission.
Sure.
And I was on a mission, so.
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. So that's great.
Yeah.
So then you went off on your own and you got signed by, was it first with Maranatha? Or was it?
Yeah, Maranatha was the first one, and Pastor Chuck Smith,
Yeah,
was over
sure.
there. And it's funny because the first song I wrote was Dance Children Dance.
Yeah.
and Pastor Chuck ain't dancing.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know what it was, if it's like a cultural thing, he's letting me just roll.
Yeah.
But he said, Leon, you do what God told you to do.
Yeah.
So he let me actually title the album Dance Children Dance.
Is that right?
Of course, I had all the revelation, all the angels and everything with the wing, everything on the front.
Yeah.
And I put a picture of me on the back.
Right.
And the PR guy said, man, don't never put your picture on the back, man. What you talking? So it shocked me, because I thought, I'm doing this homage to God. We're going to put all the stuff about God and Jesus on the front and just stick me a little picture in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that album didn't sell as well. But the second album, I put my picture on the front.
You got to get that face on the front.
So that's where you see where we're at culturally,
right. Well, that's
Christian-wise. So.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but God's good. I'm just so glad that we were able to do that, and then they weren't able to carry it much further because of their distribution. So they turned me over to Word Records, and so Word took the rest of the other 6 or 7 albums I did.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so I understand also that you pastored a church on the Queen Mary in Long Beach for a number of years.
Oh man, that was the bomb. See, I met my wife on a cruise.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So 25 years ago, that's a long time for a musician, right? 25 years. But anyway, yeah, we met on a cruise, and I said, if I ever start a church, I want everybody cruising. So we had, and her family is in Long Beach, and so the Queen Mary was right there. I said, why don't let's just make that the place.
Yeah.
And man, it was the coolest spot for just getting people to come and hang out and stuff like that. But I felt after about maybe 9 or 10 years that I was hiding. That really my heart was more for missions and to be out there on the road. And so I went to the staff and I told them, I said, man, I really feel like God has called me back out.
Right.
And they said, we knew it was going to happen. we knew this all the time. Yeah. I mean, they all knew, because they were kind of more selfish with me. They really kind of kept me to themselves. They didn't even go out and evangelize like I told them. I said, look, we got all along. I said, it's 1,500 people on the boat.
Really?
Get them to come to the service.
Yeah.
I couldn't get them to do nothing. So anyway, it just worked out good that I went back out on the road. And the church is still going now.
It's still
under
going?
my
Are they still on the Queen Mary?
No. They pull into another location now. But so the other person, my assistant, he didn't cruise, so this is a more stable spot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I always wondered how that happened. Mm-hmm. So then, how did you end up out in Las Vegas, or what were the years in between that?
Well, see, how can I say this right? We just really felt. My wife comes out of a professional poker lifestyle.
Really?
Yeah, man. She
wow,
was.
Everything is
when
getting
we
more
first
interesting.
met. Woo, my goodness,
No
you
kidding.
couldn't believe. I mean, and I kept saying, well, how a minister gonna be with a poker player person? I said, how this gonna work? But it's through the years. I mean, of course, maybe after about 3 or 4 months, she got saved, and then about 99, she just completely quit that. Yeah. And we've been going full bore this way. But we just thought maybe this might, because she's always talked about maybe going back and doing a little something, So I said, well, we're going to do it. Let's go to the center.
Right.
Let's go right
Wow.
there. So we got there hoping to retire a little bit. I thought maybe I could chill back a little bit, let her go play a little bit like that. Man, we got there, and they have the highest dropout rate in the whole country with kids is in Vegas.
Yeah.
And mom and dad had foster kids in the home, so I was raised around that. And then I worked with a foster homes organization for about 25 years after Santana. So I said, well, maybe that's what I'll do. So I started ministering to the kids in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really become my off-the-stage job.
Yeah.
Ministering to
So
the
that's
kids.
the SING, S-I-N-G.
Sowing into next generation.
Sowing into the
Sing.
next generation.
That's really been cool, man. We got I'm mentoring them, and it's all secular, mostly kids, and so I got them singing and dancing. They come to church with me. I got them dancing in the church. I got them singing in the church. And some of the pastors ain't letting me dance, but but I bring some to wherever church that let me kind of go crazy.
Yeah.
We bring them there, but most of the time I bring them there to sing.
Right.
And just so that they can hear the message from the pastor.
So how do they come? How do you find these kids? Are you doing some kind of outreach?
We just throw it out. We just said we have a Finlay Toyota in Vegas is our sponsor.
Oh, nice.
And so they've been, kind of encouraging
Right.
things like having contests and stuff. And we have it right at their showroom.
Yeah.
So they clear out the showroom, all the cars, and then I bring in all the apparatus for contests.
Great.
So it's great for them because
Yeah.
the parents are there. and they just happen to be looking at them cars.
Yeah.
So it just works perfect. We get a free
Right.
place to do our thing that's kind of classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so anyway, it's just a great kind of
Right.
way we've done it. So anyway, we have contests, and I told the last group, I said, if you win the contest, you can sing on this album with me, next album.
Oh, really?
So we had 6 number one. It's just like what happened with the spelling thing. It was the same thing, man. 6 that you couldn't tell from one to the other which one's the best.
Is
All
that-
the judges gave all of them the same, amount. So
right.
I was like, I said, well, let's just do 6 number ones. So all 6 of them are singing on my album.
Is that right? Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
so
bet they're
it's fun.
excited about
So it's just a little bit of seed planting that we're doing
Yeah.
in the
yeah.
meantime.
Excellent. And that's
Yeah.
going well out there.
Yes,
Other than
we're
the
enjoying it.
extreme heat. And,
Yeah, buddy. And we're doing it all over the country. This particular, like, not contest, but I'm having kids come and sing with me
Right.
At various places across country. So,
right. So how's Renee's poker face? Pretty good?
man, she's doing it to me now. I said, wait, now you can't poker me now. You can poker
Yeah.
face me. But yeah, she's good. She
Yeah.
likes to go to the Bellagio. That's her spot.
Yeah.
And our nephew works there as well. So
Right.
he kind of watches over and stuff like that. So
Very cool.
yeah.
Well, I've got to talk to her about that. That's
That's interesting. In Christendom. Now, see, I wouldn't be talking about that unless I was in the upper room.
Right.
Now, I would if I was in a regular church situation.
Yeah.
You'd never get that out of me.
Well, we got a
But
little
here
more. We got a little more latitude.
Squeeze.
Here.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nobody's ever heard that before.
Right.
This is the first time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
so-
keep it a secret.
Yeah, right.
It's just going out on the internet.
Oh, and then millions of people.
Well, hey, it's just part of life, right?
Yeah,
You know?
it really is, man.
It's
I
real
think
life.
it's a good thing. If we'd
Yeah.
be more honest, I think in the body of Christ, we'd be so much further down the road.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because you see, if
Absolutely.
my people who are called by my name
Mm-hmm.
will humble themselves, if we can go there, because
Yeah.
a lot of people got issues, right?
Yeah, right.
They ain't talking about it, man. They go
Yeah.
off with some counselor, but we need to hear that up in here.
Yep.
So we can say, oh, well, I ain't as crazy as I thought. That person crazy
That's
too.
true.
No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
well,
no,
we-
but you know, we all have stuff,
Right.
and it's just good. It's kind of like it lets your guard down when
Yeah.
you can hear somebody else's life.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
we tend to hide a lot of that stuff, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's all part of life, right?
That's right.
It's all part of a journey.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited about tonight.
Thank
But
you.
by the time our viewers see this concert will be over. But we put together a band tonight, and you're going to be doing some great numbers.
And they sound so good.
Well,
thank you, Ron. This is really a blessing because
That's
I haven't done a band situation since the '80s.
really,
Economically, I couldn't quite.
Yeah, it's
well,
tough.
You got to live out of a bus if
Yeah.
you're going to do that with
Yeah.
a band. So this is just so cool to be able to have, to really feel the other notes coming out
Yeah.
realistically from that actual instrument
Yeah.
and the person instead of the computer.
Right.
So that's kind of cool.
yeah, it's a tight band. So
Yeah, they're
it's
tight,
going to
man.
be fun.
Yeah, Colin he's rocking the house, man.
He's rocking it.
Yeah. Thank you, Colin.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have some fun tonight, but
Thank you.
thanks for doing this, Leon.
All right,
And,
God bless
looking
you.
forward to it. Thanks
All
for
right,
coming. All right. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time at the Upper Room Presents Backstage.